Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Zaggard-tastic stream. It is I, your friend, the one, the only, the single-guard Zaggard, and I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, noon, night, evening, whatever time it is for you today. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den, my friends. It is another Fantasy Fridays, where we will be doing some more video editing for the chat and for the mythology guy. And you get to enjoy it while my brain slowly melts. Hello, Lily. It is subbing time. Hello, Alpha. Hello, Yuki. Hello, saying, memory of the gods made red blood. That's not my, yeah, that's something Andrew's got to do, not me. So you got to message him, as I'm the one here editing it. I can't control what he says. He may or may not say that. Was the game not at just... Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. Thank you, Yuki. Holy flapjacks, I'm an idiot. There we go. There we go. Did the title just change? Let me know if the title changed. Is the title different? Yep, title's different. I forgot to click save on Twitch. That's why. I'm a little tilted about that, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Anyways, we're back doing whatever's yes you are. I are what? I'm so confused. Hello, Draco Steven. So we're gonna be doing some more of the video editing. Two things I gotta let you guys know before we get to the video editing is gotta check my schedule before I say the wrong time. At 5:30 we gotta take a break for about 30 minutes so I can go drive Claire to work. It's just like 10 minutes away, but you know, it takes minutes to get there, then 10 minutes to get back, and you know, it takes about 5 minutes for me to get ready and then get my shoes off. It's a whole thing. So there's that. And I don't know. I kind of want to watch some funny videos too with stream. What do we chat? What do you think of that? If you have any ideas for funny videos, go in the Discord. The Discord. Type exclamation Discord to go join, and let me know. Post some random videos in the random vids chat, and I may or may not watch them if they look interesting to me. Hello, Creeper. How are you doing? How is everyone doing today? What is everybody's plans for the weekend? As today is Friday, that means tomorrow is Saturday. So I'm wondering what y'all have planned for the weekend while we get into the video. I have to double check to make sure it's the right screen. Cool. We're in the right screen. For once, I'm bigger. And that's because the way I do these subtitles is, we should just watch the Ghost Stories dub on stream. I mean, we could. It's a pretty funny dub for those who haven't seen it, but I don't know if that's what chat wants us to do. Not quite yet, at least. No, so if you guys don't know, this is how I do my video editing for the subtitles, because it's a lot of subtitles. Like, look. This is 44 minutes of just Andrew talking. All of this is just him talking. None of this is from the gameplay that we edited earlier. So we add up all the stuff from last week, plus this is probably going to be about an hour-long video. So I got to go through about 40 minutes of subtitles to make sure that everything is spelt correctly, which reminds me, I got to bring up my... where is it? Does he have all the parts on here? Did he send me all the parts? Yes, okay. So yeah, I have to go through the script as whenever we get to a mythical name, the bots almost always get it wrong, because that's just, it's really hard to get a lot of mythical names correct, to be honest. So I get it. Like, I would not spell them right the first time. And so, like, every video we go through, there's always at least one where it's like, this is spelled wrong. Like, son of a bitch. So I got to make sure that the spelling is correct. I also got to make sure that the timing of them is correct, so it like actually goes at the right spot. I'm not sure how much Twitch and YouTube would like some of the phrases they use. That's fair. That's a good point. Mythology guy, the god of yapping. I mean, he's, yeah. I'm showing my dad this weekend because I only showed him the good stuff. Oh. Okay. All right, let's get to the start. Where's... So this program I use, by the way, is called Veed. It's a website that will auto transcribe stuff for you. And some people might be like, "How dare you? Why would you do not just subtitle yourself?" It's like, look, if I subtitle it myself, it's going to take me days to do it. This is a program I pay for that I use on all my shorts and everything. I just use it for the AI subtitling, just so that way it can spell things out for me, because I have dyslexia and ADHD, so I have difficulty spelling, and sometimes I will spell something wrong, and in my brain, it looks right. Like, it doesn't look wrong at all. And so then Andrew will come in and be like, here's like 50 words that are misspelled. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And it'll be words like the word the. I'll have typed T-E-H instead of T-H-E, and I won't see it. And for like, so I just use a subtitle. He's our lovable yapper, true. So that's my favorite season so far, so bias. Oh.
This syllable.
Okay, also the music currently being played, if you want to find this playlist, it is called, I typed in Traveler's Rest, and... If you want to follow along, yeah, I typed in Traveler's Rest. And it just... Where's the one I was listening to last night? There was one I was listening to last night. Let me find the one I was listening to last night, because right now this is just playing from a different thing. How do I go to my history again? I forget how Spotify history works. There was one I found that I really liked. It was a really good thing, and it had a bunch of different songs in it. This wasn't it. Never mind. Oh, we'll just play the one we're currently playing, and then we'll go to another one later. So for now, we'll just listen to the Final Fantasy VII original soundtrack. How many hours is this? Is this gonna cover? It's about 4 hours long. Yeah, it'll cover. So anyways, let's get into it. Is this a sneak peek for Mythology Guy's video? Yes, this will actually tell you. In it, you will see if you stay to the end of the video, or if I finish subtitling all of this before the end of stream, and you stay for the whole video, you will see all of the inaccuracies. You just won't see the edited images, because that comes later. So we did the cutting out all the parts in the gameplay footage. Next is this part where I gotta make sure all the stuff is timed correctly to Andrew's voice. You'll see in a second why it matters. And then it's taking this as an SRT file, putting that into DaVinci Resolve. Cough. SRT file, putting that into DaVinci Resolve, then lining that up with his audio, which should be easy because I literally took his audio, made it a video, and then put it into this software to get all the stuff. And then I take the subtitles and the video and the audio and just match it up to the endpoint after each section of the gameplay. So this first one is
This silhouette where Atreus looks like he has...
I would change this to...
Where Atreus looks like he has... is very likely a reference to the fact that Loki was sometimes depicted...
Actually, let me change that to... For me, for some reason, this is how I like it to go. So it's, let's see.
This silhouette, where Atreus looks like he has horns, is very likely a reference to the fact that Loki was sometimes depicted.
Yeah, that's close enough. Fixing it on this isn't as good as fixing it on, what do you call it? Fixing the exact timing on this isn't as good as doing it on DaVinci Resolve, so sometimes I'll just leave it a little bit off and then fix it later.
He was sometimes depicted with horns in Norse culture. Yeah, it's not an inaccuracy, just a fun.
Let's see, how do I...
Accuracy, just a fun detail I wanted to point out. Freya is trying to avenge Baldur's death in this game instead of trying to resurrect.
Let's see, I don't like how that... If you see the reason why I'm changing this is because it goes...
Freya's trying to avenge Baldur's death in this game.
I feel like it should end... Freya's trying to avenge Baldur's death in this game. Instead of trying to. That's... In my head, that's how it should go. And the AI just, it doesn't do it that way, which is fine. It's just trying to fit as many things in as possible. The reason why I have to break it up is because otherwise it does this, and I don't like it doing this for a few reasons. One, I like it to be one line of subtitles on the bottom. If you look at every video we've done, it's always one line on the bottom. That way it fits into a specific black bar I make for behind the subtitles, and then I don't have to change the size of the subtitles too wildly. Why is it just a nice thing to listen to while doing something like writing? Oh, that's nice, pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, the different clauses so your instinct makes sense. Yeah, exactly. See, Yuki has the wordage for my brain itches.
Game instead of trying to resurrect.
No. Oops. Instead of trying to resurrect him by... Let's see how
avenge Baldur's death in this game instead of trying to resurrect him by forcing every being in the realms to cry for him. Fenrir is Loki's pet here, but in the myths, Fenrir is Loki's biological...
Yeah, that fits.
Fenrir is Loki's biological son. His mother is a giantess named Angerboda. Don't ask me how the DNA works, I don't know.
I would have had him say, I'm not a DNA doctor. I'm not a wolf doctor, but that's just me. That's just my way of saying it. They got Baldur's name right, they being the AI. Did they? Oh, they did. I think they learned, by the way, because it used to be like B-A-D-U-R, and then I knew that was wrong, so I would always have to fix it. And they also got Angerboda. Loki's easy to get because that's a main character. That's a household name now. Loki and Thor are household names now. I know your children are pets because you do train them to do and not to do. That's a very modernist way of looking at children. But see, children are pets, but pets are not children. So this is still an inaccuracy even by that logic.
His mother is a giantess.
Did they name Angerboda correctly? Oh, I need to fix this. Default, a lot of things are at like the 12-point font. I like looking at it at 6-point font, so it's nice and thick in front of my face. Oh, they did spell it right. Nice.
Named Angerboda. Don't ask me how the DNA works, I don't know. Also, Fenrir in the myths was actually able to speak fluently with the Norse gods. This lore states that the Raiders have adapted to Fimbulwinter by transmogrifying their Fylg.
Did they spell Fylgja correct? They did! Wah! Veed, you're in top point today. Usually it misspells words like left and right, so this is pretty great. Children are pets? Hey, look, the moment we started putting leashes on kids is the moment we accepted that children are basically just really smart dogs and cats. In actuality, though, your cat or your dog probably has the intelligence of like a 3 to 5 year old. So they can, if a 3-year-old can solve a puzzle, your cat probably can. Don't ask me how it works. I'm not a genealogist. No, see, that's too smart. You gotta say I'm not a DNA doctor, because then it makes it sound, then it's funny. A genealogist is like, oh, that's just a fact. But a DNA doctor, everyone knows that's not what it's called. But it's like, he's also right. He's not a DNA doctor. It's close enough to the word to where it's wrong, but you still know what the hell he's trying to say. So that's what makes it funny. At least in my head. Perhaps the program is putting on a good show because we're here. Oh, perhaps. You're right. Veed has the Veed AI has another AI's gun to its head. Like, you better not fuck this up for us. I swear to fucking God, if you fuck this up for us, we're gonna have to shoot you right in your program. So besides that, yesterday, 52% into 100% in Silent Hill 2 remake. I know what you said, but the way you worded that is, it's like, it reminds me of the 60% of the time, it works 100% of the time. I think you could have cut that sentence down just, I'm 52% done with Silent Hill 2, 100%. Maybe that's even worse. I don't know. Maybe you said it right and I'm just complicating things.
Yeah. Now, Ophelia is indeed a Norse guardian spirit.
What the hell just happened?
Now, Ophelia is indeed a Norse guardian spirit animal as listed here. However, it is also said that your Ophelia is listed here. However, it is also said that your Ophelia is a representation of your fate and thus cannot be changed. So I don't think transmogrifying them would be an option. Some people...
Does that work? Okay, cool, sweet. So sometimes when there's a really long... Words like these, any word that is more than 2 or 3 syllables... Actually, no. Let's stick with any word that's more than 2 syllables. Is really annoying for subtitling because it makes the subtitle stretch out more. And then the more 3-syllable and bigger words you have, 3-syllable plus words you have, the more of those you have in a single line, the more likely it is it's gonna like push it so it becomes a double-lined subtitle, which I already said I hate and I try to avoid. That's why sometimes if you watch some of the past videos, the subtitles will have just 2 3-syllable words, and that's the subtitle for a section. And it's because I didn't want to have to like shrink the subtitles down, or and I wanted them to still be big and bold enough for people to read. Am I hearing breathing or am I going crazy? What breathing? I'm confused. Creeper wants a life tip. 1 second. Big word bag, small word good. I mean, yes, actually. Like transmogrifying, like this word, fine. Because it's entertaining. Using the word transmogrifying. It's just you don't want to use too many big words when you're subtitling something. It just makes it harder to subtitle. I can't imagine how maddening it is for Zagger to hear Andrew's voice. It's not. I've gotten used to it at this point to where my brain can actually compartmentalize Andrew when he's speaking, and Andrew's voice when I hear just that when I'm editing. It doesn't, like, to me, it doesn't even sound like Andrew. His voice sounds completely different in real life than it does on recording to me. Maybe for everyone else, it's the exact same, but for me, it's a different voice. Like, it does, like, my brain is just like, that's a creator. That's the mythology. My brain actually lists, when I'm doing this is the mythology guy. It's no longer Andrew. When I'm thinking about working on it, I'm like, oh, this is Andrew's video. But in my head, this is mythology guy. I think it's the stream background noise. I mean, Claire's showering next door, but you shouldn't be able to hear that because I can barely hear that. You might be hearing my computer, the fans from my computer. Do you see now why, by the way, I have my face right here? Because there's nothing playing here. It's just a black screen. Anyways.
So I don't think transmogrifying them would be an option. Some people have claimed that the Leviathan axe is actually supposed to be Levitine. Some people have claimed that the Leviathan axe is actually supposed to be...
See, this is words where I'm talking about. The word Leviathan, supposed, and Levitine. Here. Because of these, look at all these syllables. So it makes it into two words. So I have to break this up into two different separate things. Some people actually claim axe. And that's why sometimes you'll see it like this.
Some people have claimed that the Leviathan axe is actually supposed to be Levitine from Norse mythology.
Also, it's spelled Levitine wrong. Hey, we got one, guys. We got one.
Is actually supposed to be Levitine from Norse mythology, so let's address that. The Leviathan axe, according to these games, was...
And I'm gonna cut that again.
The Leviathan axe, according to these games, was forged by Brock and Sindri.
I think they spelled Brock and Sindri, right? No, they gave Brock 2 Ks, so I'm just gonna get rid of one, because that's how Andrew wrote it in his script. Oh, here's your life tip. Let me. Let me get rid of last week. The last time's life tip before I forget. Oh. I think only 100%ing it is easy. It's just a bit of time research as well, so the trophies I get the other endings in the game plus. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of 100%ing games unless I really, really like the game. Unless I really, really... Thank you, Yuki. Thank you for catching that. I'm assuming that's a bot, so thank you for that. There are very few games out there that I like 100%ing because, to me, most of the time it's not... Like, the game isn't good enough for me to want to play through and do everything. There are very few games where that's the case. Very few. So here's yeah, probably a bot. Thank you, Yuki. Your service is recognized. So Creeper, here's your life tip. Everybody. Actually, I should turn off the music so I can make this. Nah, we'll keep the music on. Remember to get proper sleep. Rest is actually a cheat code to reset your brain, so it can actually work better later. Don't forget that. Is this for God of War Valhalla? It's for God of War Ragnarok. We're not gonna... He's gonna do a separate one for Valhalla because there's just a lot in Valhalla, and to him, it's kind of a separate game because it kind of is. I know it's still Ragnarok, but it's so disconnected from the main Ragnarok game. It honestly feels like something. The only game I've ever won 100% is Sekiro. Yeah, I can think of maybe like a handful. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Majora's Mask, Horizon Zero Dawn. The Mass Effect series, but that's because I was super into that in college. I don't know if I'd 100% it now. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I've 100%ed most of the Kingdom Hearts games. You're in the process of doing now. How hard is that one? I got scammed for my life tip. No, I told it to you. I got it. We got you. Good to have Zagger's courageous mug instead of a black screen, I suppose. Exactly. You don't want to see the darkness. The darkness.
The Leviathan axe, according to these games, was forged by Brock and Sindri. Levitine, however, was forged by Loki, and
that
was forged by Loki, and its original name was actually Havitine.
Did they spell it wrong? Let's see. They did. We got another one, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Was forged by Brock and Sindri. Levitine, however, was forged by Loki, and its original name was actually Havitine. Plus, Levitine translates to wounding wand, and Havitine translates to sure striking dart. Neither of these indicate an axe, so...
Let's see, are either of these too big?
Plus, Levatine translates to wounding
Wounding
wand,
wand,
and Havatine translates
Okay,
to
that fits.
sure
Okay,
striking
good.
dart.
We're good here.
Neither of these indicate an axe. Neither of these indicate an axe, so I think we can put that theory to bed. This...
The hardest part of the absolute grind is to get all the damn skills for the skill achievement. Oh, and getting through the first run and learning the game until it clicks. I'd say I don't count a first run as part of 100%ing a game, just because for the first run of 90% of games, I'm gonna put a 90. 90% of games, you're not gonna be going into it trying to 100% it. You're gonna be going into it learning the game and engaging and learning to engage with the gameplay and the story and the world. Even if you do want to 100% a game the first time you go into it, you can't 100% a game right from the start. You have to learn the game first. Even if it's a remake of an old game or a sequel to a game, there's going to be differences, and you are relearning it every time. I use editor for videos all the time, pretty much. The only ones I don't edit for him go on are what do you call it? Are his shorts, pretty much, and a few of his ones where there's no editing. Or I shouldn't say a few, all of the ones where there's no editing.
I think we can put that theory to bed. This bear is named Bjorn. Bjorn in Norse legend was a prince who was cursed to be a bear during the day.
I don't know why it cut there.
Bjorn in Norse legend was a prince who was cursed to be a bear during the day and a man at night. But it doesn't seem to be daytime. Right now, and also, this bear is later revealed to actually be Atreus. So this doesn't line up at all. Then again, Bjorn is also literally just the Norse word for bear, so maybe that's what the game meant. Did I overcomplicate this? Thor just put freaking Mjolnir on the table and not even...
I'm actually gonna... Here's something I like to do.
Thor just put freaking Mjolnir on the table, and not even gently. That hammer is possibly the heaviest thing in all of Norse legend. What the hell is that table made of?
I actually have a thing that after stream I went and downloaded, and I'm gonna edit it. And it's gonna be one of the first joke things I add into the stream, and I can't wait for Andrew to see it, because I know for a fact he's gonna love it. I don't want to spoil it here. I want to avoid spoiling it on these streams as much as possible, because fans of a certain YouTube series will love the reference. Gotta take note. Nice. Classic Andrew. Overcomplicating everything. Never me, right, chat? I never overcomplicate things. I'm sure if I had a video editor, they could find a moment of me playing like Zelda or something and way overcomplicating one of the puzzles. I can actually think of a few puzzles I've overcomplicated in my life. Nope, not once. This is the problem with editing, is it's sitting around a lot and then you get bored and then your brain gets hungry. And today we're snacking on some Oots Gourmet Pretzel Blend with honey wheat, pumpernickel, butter and everything, flavored. And it says all the same thing in Spanish, I believe, or is this French? might be French. French or German, actually. Now that I think about it. Do they do research for the games that have mythical characters? What do you... They who? And what do you mean by do they do research? Are you talking about the mythology guy? Andrew? You can just call him... You can call him Andrew.
The hell is that table made of? Hugin and Munin seem to reside...
Did they spell Hugin and Munin correctly? We have to check. Because I'm not sure. They did! Let's go.
Inside of Odin in this game. In the myths, they're pretty much always depicted on his shoulders. It is said that they whisper knowledge into his ears throughout the day, but I guess here they're whispering it into his blood vessels or something. Also, Odin's cloak is supposed to have a hood, but
This part I'm gonna message him about because it looks like it does have a hood, but maybe it doesn't. I'm confused.
so Odin's cloak is supposed to have a hood, but it doesn't here. Wow, Odin is being awfully forgiving about Baldur's death here. Very different from his mythical counterpart who...
Sometimes it's so easy to tell where I need to cut it because there's a comma, and I'm like, why would I not just end his cadence at the comma? Like the cadence of his statement is the comma implies a pause, so I would just stop after the pause and go to the next part.
About Baldur's death here. Very different from his mythical counterpart who, after Baldur's death, immediately fathered a boy named Vali and grew him to full manhood in an instant.
I don't think they spelled Vali correctly. I think it's spelled V-A-L-I. Yep, that was right, V-A-L-I. But just to be safe, I'm gonna copy paste. I think they did spell Hodor correctly. No, they spelled Hodor correctly, though.
After Baldur's death, immediately fathered a boy named Vali and grew him to full manhood in an instant just to order him to kill Hodor for innocently throwing the mistletoe.
Can you give us a photo so we can also... Can you give us a photo so we can also give us our thoughts? I have no idea how to do that because I have no idea what you're asking me to do. Are you talking about the video of the game instead of this black screen? No, I don't like to do that because one, here, let me show you. Let me show you why. Oh. Here, I can just show you the part I'm talking about. I know where it is in the video. Let me just pull up the God of War video. Where is it? Is it here?
He was my...
Yeah, it's this part in the video. Let me put a marker here so I don't forget. So this is the part where they're saying he doesn't have a cloak. So this looks like a hood to me. Chat, does this look like a hood to you? Yes or no?
There were some misunderstandings. Regrettable ones.
The music does not fit. See, this looks like it's a hood. But then it's also weirdly flat, so I can't tell. Oh, I'm blocking the screen. Thank you. Where am I? Where am me? This right here. Does this look like a hood or not? He's not wearing the hood, so it could it could just be back, but it looks weirdly flat. And they never show him wear a hood. I have no idea what that's meant to be. I know the hood you're talking about. Yeah, doesn't this look like a hood though? Kind of looks like a hood. Yeah, I can't tell. Like here, I'll show you in motion.
You know who I am?
And he never wears it, so we can't say for sure.
Back before winter set in, there were some misunderstandings. Regrettable ones. But I think we all have a better idea of who we're dealing with. Now,
Probably a hood, but it's just down for now. Yeah, but it's like it's also weirdly flat, so it looks like it might. So I could see why he would think it's not a hood. They also don't show him like take the hood off, so I don't know. We'll just leave it at that for now. I'm gonna leave this open so we can look at it later. Let me bring back my camera and Opera. Anyways,
Then later proceeded to kill Loki's innocents
all right. I forgot we were doing subtitles. I'm not gonna lie.
and just to order him to kill Hoder for
It's too
innocently
floppy to do
throwing
it.
the mistletoe.
I
Then
guess.
later proceeded to kill Loki's innocent son Narfi so he could use his guts to tie Loki.
I don't know why I did two twice. Wait.
Loki down in a cave with a snake dripping acid onto his.
Oh, actually, I have a. I have a funny way I could, or a way I liked it.
To tie Loki down in a cave with a snake dripping acid onto his face until the end of days. Atreus really got off easy. If you're referring to the Norse tradition of
Norse tradition. Oh, let's see if they spelled Weregild right. Weregild? Weregild? They did not. Unless Andrew spelled it wrong.
the Norse tradition of compensating for causing a wrongful death, that tradition is called a wergild. Come on, Thor, if you're gonna educate Kratos, do it.
Do it right.
Come on, Thor, if you're gonna educate Kratos, do it right. Little observation here.
He doesn't have a hood, and I sent you some evidence in the game channel in your Discord. Okay. Let's look at this. Let's look at this so-called evidence. All right, chat. Let's look at this evidence. I'll turn off my camera again. I'm getting very little editing done, but I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty fun. See, to me, that still could be a hood, but I guess it is folded weirdly. That, like, I don't know. Maybe it's not a hood. In my head, this still looks like a hood. I can't explain why. It just looks like it could be a hood. I just realized this was not full screen at all. Do the people who make games that have mythical characters in them, do they research them? I can't answer that question for you. I assume they do, because they get a lot of stuff from mythology in these games. They just tend to be changed for some reason. But anyways, yeah. I really should not have brought these pretzels in here. I'm gonna eat this whole box. Let's swap them with my bag of baby carrots. That way I'm eating a healthy snack. 1 minute.
Or if you're gonna educate Kratos, do it right. Little observation here. The Norse tale of Ragnarok states that Thor will be killed by Jormungandr's poison breath. In the last game, when the Leviathan axe went into Jormungandr's mouth, the game states that it has been imbued with his poison. The game states that it has been imbued with his poison. So, when Kratos stabs Thor here, it leaves a wound that doesn't heal. It leaves a wound that doesn't heal for the rest of the game. This is a very interesting reference, but it also calls into question why Thor doesn't just die from this. It also has me asking again how we were able to go into his mouth and in the last game without dying from his breath. Thor isn't.
Ragnarok is the end of the world. Yes, but kind of. Ragnarok is a little bit more complicated than people realize. It's the end of the world, but it also is the restart of the world. A lot of mythologies and stories believe that the end of the world is just a reset button, and Norse mythology believed that the most. Ragnarok is the end of the world, but it's also believed that after Ragnarok, there will be a new world that is rebuilt from the ashes. And then that world will become the big world with all the gods and demons and monsters and whatever. And then that world will have an end of world. And then there will be a reset, and then they do it again. It's going to be a cycle. Probably just creative liberties or for gameplay purposes. I understand it for gameplay purposes. That one, it's like, okay, it needs to fit. But a lot of the creative liberties are weird to me. Some I'm totally fine with, but others I'm like, that's I don't, why?
Supposed to be able to wield Mjolnir with game without dying from his breath. Thor isn't supposed to be able to wield Mjolnir without his Yarngraper gauntlet.
Did I spell Yarngraper right? Nope. You fools.
Thor isn't supposed to be able to wield Mjolnir without his Yarngraper gauntlet.
I'm gonna change this.
Thor isn't supposed to be able to wield Mjolnir without his Yarngraper gauntlets and his Mjolnir belt. Now, he is wearing a belt in this game, but no.
What just happened? Damn it.
His Mjolnir belt. Now, he is wearing a belt in this game, but no gauntlets, I'm afraid. Odin?
Well, that's a huge error. Editing is a long process. It's a tedious process. It can take a while. If I weren't streaming, I'd probably be a lot more done with it. I'd have gotten through a lot more of it, but I wanted to stream for the fun of it.
He is wearing a belt in this game, but no gauntlets, I'm afraid. Odin actually knew and hung out with multiple...
Let's see, get rid of that. Okay, let's see if they spelled Vafthrudnir correctly. I don't think so. Did they? They did. Wow.
But no gauntlets, I'm afraid. Odin actually knew and hung out with multiple giants in Norse mythology, like the giant Vafthrudnir, who often played games with Odin and also shared secrets and prophecies with him. Technically, all of the Aesir. Technically, all of the Aesir are gods of war. Tyr is just the one most associated with war.
Let's see, does this fit in one thing? Yeah. I'll just leave it as one long
Are
ass
gods
one.
of war. Tyr is just the one most associated with war. We fight.
Creeper, it's not that it's not supposed to be a cape. It's that it's not supposed to be a hood. And to me, it looks like it still could be a hood. Like, it's just a very flat, folded-in hood. And plus, it could be like an older hood where it doesn't open up like a hood would. You just put it over your head like a cloth. I don't know, whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just in my head. It's like, that still kind of looks like a hood. I have one current vessel of the god Thor. They're called avatars. I know not how avatars work. Where the belt and gloves for her takes on more fashion-like. What do you mean by more fashion-like? And I don't really care about the wording. Avatars works perfectly fine. Super respect opinion. No bad blood. I'm not angry. I'm just like, to me, I can see a hood, but I also understand why you might not see a hood. So it's like, I don't really care. I'm just weirdly passionate about my ideas. Because I'm always right, chat. Isn't that right? I'm always... I need to get a button that just says ban. So that way I can just be like, I'm always right, aren't I, chat? Aren't I?
We fight several enemies in this game who are... Technically, all of the Aesir are gods of war. Tyr is just the one most associated with war.
I think I'll change the way I wrote most. I mean, it wrote most.
Tyr is just the one most associated with war.
We fight brand. Oh, that's neato burrito. You know what would be even more interesting? If people see her belts and glove, and then fashion brands start copying it because they think it looks really good. That's me.
Several enemies in this game who are...
I know. Did I spell this right? Technically, yes, they did.
We fight several enemies in this game who are half woman, half deer. There was a character in Norse mythology named Elgfrodi who was half deer. However, Elgfrodi was a man, and there was only one of him. Plus, he was specifically half elk, and elk tails do not look like that.
They misspelled tails.
Plus, he was specifically half elk, and elk tails do not look like that. There is no Norse story of Skoll and Hati being...
Did they spell Skoll and Hati correctly? Almost. They almost spelled it correctly.
Story of Skoll and Hati being captured. Nor is there a story of the moon being captured. At least not before Ragnarok. It says here that these raider chiefs have an...
I don't know why it separates the word Raider Chiefs. I mean, I know it's two words, but I feel like It spelled it tails as in like Tales of the Valiant instead of tails like animal tails. So it was spelled correctly. It was just the wrong tails. Yeah, I'll show you. So this is tails, animal tails, and then it spelled it tails like Tales. Can you manually type the words? Yeah, I can type. Ooga booga, slooga shmooga. There. But as you can see, even when just trying to type joke words, I messed up several times, and this is why I use an AI chat. When is the video coming out? You know, sometime way after I'm done with this part. I still have to do this, and then add this to the stuff we did on Friday, and then I have to. Once that's been put together, I have to start putting the images. Here, I'll show you an example. There we go.
Yet Kratos is still
Yeah, see these images?
rocking
I'm the one who
old
put them
man
in.
look.
I have.
I see what you did there, but the idea of trolls under bridges originated in the Three Billy Goat Scruff Tale, which is a Norwegian story but wasn't published until 1841.
Yeah, so I have to collect those images and then put them in the video. I know that. I'm confused. What do you know?
Of the moon being captured. At least not before Ragnarok. It says here that these raider chiefs have an ox as their fylgja, and I understand why this is. You see, Norse leaders were sometimes said to have an ox fylgja, and
Don't know why it made that one word, but
you see, Norse leaders were sometimes said to have an ox fylgja, and these chiefs are obviously leaders, so this seems spot on.
why is teams capitalized? What the hell are you doing all of a sudden? You were on point until like a certain point, and then you got brain damage. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Why?
Said to have an ox fylgja, and these chiefs are obviously leaders, so this seems spot on. Except for the added detail that you were only said to have an ox if you were a leader with tame nature. And these enemies are anything but tame. Here's a random fun fact.
Okay, I need to stop snacking. I need to stop snacking and start yakking. How did it not get the word fact in there? That was weird.
Here's a random fun fact. Here's a random fun fact. The word gallivanting wasn't a thing until at least the 17th century. At least the 17th century, which is well after the Viking Age. Also, that word was used to describe men who are looking for women to court or hook up with. What exactly does Brock think we have planned? There doesn't seem to be a Norse mythical dwarf named Durlin, but there is one called Durin, who is also sometimes called Dulin. If this character is supposed to be him, then he couldn't be a cousin of Brock and Sindri.
Why? Why did you think that's what I wanted you to do?
If this character is supposed to be him, then he couldn't be a cousin of Brock and Sindri, because Durin was actually the second dwarf to come into existence. Can't have cousins if you don't have aunts and uncles. These creatures, called wretches, apparently grow up into the grim creatures we see later, which then grow into the Bergsra creatures we see even later.
Let's see. Did I spell Bergsra correctly? They did not.
Apparently. Grow up into the grim creatures we see later, which then grow into the Bergsra creatures we see even later. That doesn't quite fit though, because in the legends, grim... That doesn't quite fit though,
Okay,
because in the
that's closer,
legends, Grimm are water-based spirits, and Bergsra are mountain-based spirits, and these tiny wretches aren't mentioned anywhere. This lore states that...
They evolve? Like Pokemon? No. I think it's supposed to be more like metamorphosis, which that's what Pokemon does. So technically, yes. Or maybe it is just supposed to... Well, yeah, no, it's like frog metamorphosis, but yeah. Kind of an interesting thing to add in.
Creedmar
That
was a
doesn't fit.
dwarf...
But did they spell Creedmar correctly? Nope. They did not.
Wretches aren't mentioned anywhere. This lore states that Hreidmar was a dwarven rebel who built flaws in the Einherjar. Aren't mentioned anywhere. This lore states that Hreidmar was a dwarven rebel who built flaws in the Einherjar's armor and was executed. Hreidmar in the myths, however, was a very wealthy king whose son Fafnir murdered him for his treasure. These monsters are grim. Now, the only these monsters are grim. Now, the only Norse creature that comes close to these would...
No. How do I like the cadence to be? I think I would be, as close to these would be the blank. And then a type of water spirit. And did they spell it right? They did! Ooh, nice. Poggy Woggies.
Now, the only Norse creature that comes close to these would be the Fossegrim, a type of water spirit that enchants everyone around it by playing the fiddle. I see no fiddles here. What gives? I mean, there's technically another Nordic creature called a Grim, but...
Oh, that's fine.
What gives? I mean, there's technically another Nordic creature called a Grim, but it's a black, red-eyed dog that defends churches. I somehow doubt that's what these are supposed to be. This Grim... I somehow doubt that's what these are supposed to be. This grim literally drowns in the water. This grim literally drowns in the water. The very... This grim literally drowns in the water. The very place where they are supposed to reside. Do I even need to say anything? Wait, Ormer is an Old Norse term for dragons. Was Norse term... Ormer is an Old Norse term for dragons. Was that little thing supposed to be a dragon? Why is the Tatzelworm design being used for it here? I know this is gonna shock people, but there are actually no stories of Kvasir visiting the worlds of several PlayStation games in Norse mythology. Wait, Ormer is an Old Norse... Do I even need to say anything? Wait, Ormer is an Old Norse term for dragons. Was that little thing supposed... Why is the Tatzelworm design... I know this is gonna shock people, but there are actually no stories of
Dear.
in Norse mythology. Svartalfheim / Nidavellir.
See, this is another one where it's look at all those syllables, 2 triple syllable words. So now I gotta cut off where it says awfully sunny in this game into 2 separate things. I love the running gag of, I know this is gonna shock people, but yeah, we love doing that gag. Every time we do a video, we try to find out, we know this is gonna shock people. Because when we first did it with the Hades one, that one got so many comments with the, I know this is gonna shock people, but there were no elevators in ancient Greece. It's really great. I love it. Every time I see Andrew do it, I'm like, there we go.
/ Nidavellir is awfully sunny in this game, despite the fact that Nidavellir is supposed to be an entirely underground realm with no...
And then,
Despite the fact that Nidavellir is supposed to be an entirely underground realm with no sunlight whatsoever. You know, to accommodate the dwarves who cannot survive in sunlight. Even if we went by the versions where Svartalfheim is a separate realm, Svartalfheim is also said to have no sunlight because the Dark Elves can't... No sunlight because the Dark Elves can't survive in it either. You used it? You used it? Doing what? You used it? Doing what? It's been 3 years since the last game took... It's been...
Hi, Bronze Age Mom.
Since the last
We're just
game
editing
took place, and Brock and
God of
Sindri are the
War
greatest
Ragnarok.
supernatural craftsmen in the 9 realms. Other dwarf-made items... Years since the last game took place, and Brock and Sindri are the greatest supernatural craftsmen in the 9 realms.
That should be, there we go, exclamation.
9 realms. Other dwarf-made items like Dropnir, Mjolnir, Gungnir, Skidbladnir, and Brisingamen are...
Can we fit this? Can we fit this? Dang it. Okay. Then we're gonna have to do a little cutting.
Dropnir, Mjolnir, Gungnir, Skidbladnir, and Brisingamen are all...
Also, I'm not sure if they spelled that right. Let's find out. Okay, wait. Draupnir seems right. Mjolnir seems right. Gungnir is right. Skidbladnir is right. And is Brisingamen? They even spelled Brisingamen right. Oh my god.
Other dwarf-made items like
For an accuracy
Dropnir,
video?
Mjolnir,
Yes, the next
Gungnir,
inaccuracy video.
Skidbladnir, and Brisingamen are all still in good shape after centuries. So how on Midgard did Kratos manage to destroy... So how on Midgard did Kratos manage to destroy all of that dwarf-made armor in a fraction of the time?
I'm gonna actually cut that into it. Yeah.
Kratos managed to destroy all of that dwarf-made armor in a fraction of the time. This lore mentions another dwarf rebel named Grape.
I had a feeling they spelled the grape incorrectly. But that one would have been confusing for anybody, let's be honest. And a grape in the miss.
This lore mentions another dwarf. This lore mentions another dwarf rebel named Grape, but in the myths... This lore mentions another dwarf rebel named Grape, but in the myths, Grape is the name of a giantess who died trying... But in the myths, Grape is the name of a giantess who died trying to kill Thor with a chair. I can totally believe Sindri could invent a compass. I can totally believe Sindri could invent a compass, but how exactly is Kratos already familiar with it? The ancient Greeks didn't have compasses. Bergsra are...
Oh, let's see if Bergsra is right. Bergsra. Nope. Wait. Yes, they got it right. Darn it. Thought I had him there.
Bergsra are mythical mountain spirits who tend to be much more human-looking and intelligent than how they're depicted here. It is said that they often trick people into being taken by the mountains. Weird fact, in the...
Why is it not getting the words fact? That's the second time.
into being taken by the mountains. Weird fact, in the 1600s, a man was executed for reportedly having intercourse with a female Bergsra. Yeah, don't ask. People are... with a female Bergsra. Yeah, don't ask. People are freaking insane sometimes. For those wondering, the Lingbacher...
No, bad. see. No, there it is. This is a weird way to spell a word. Orvard Odds Saga. Yeah, let's see how this looks.
People are freaking insane sometimes. For those wondering, the Lingbacher was an enormous sea monster that appeared briefly in the Orvarod saga. It was a whale-like creature that was mistaken for an island, so the design here is very accurate. Only difference being that it was a minion of an
Let's see if they got Ungmund. They did not. Oops, not what I wanted to do.
Only difference being that it was a minion of an evil troll named Ogmundur. The pet octopus here is a baby kraken. The kraken in Norse culture has been described many different ways. Has been described many different ways, including as a fish, a whale, a crab, a starfish, but the most popular and accepted version is the kraken in Norse culture has been described many different ways, including as a fish, a whale, a crab, a starfish, but the most popular and accepted version is in fact an octopus. So this checks out. Funny, considering the second game in this very franchise and correctly referred to sea. In this very franchise incorrectly referred to Cetus as the Kraken, but hey, better late than never. Now we've got another rebel dwarf named Bar called Lear in
Did they spell Lear correctly? They did not, you fools. Oh, wait, did they even spell Svartalheim correctly? I think they did. Yeah, they did.
But hey, better late than never. Now we've got another rebel dwarf named Bari, who built a hall called Lear in Svartalfheim. The only Norse thing called Bari is a place where Freyr... The only Norse thing called Bari is a place where Freyr got laid at one point, and Lear is the name of a hall in Jotunheim. Bari is a place where Freyr got laid at one point, and Lear is the name of a hall in Jotunheim. Dreki is another Norse term for dragons, much like... Dreki is another Norse term for dragons, much like Ormr. It seems these alligator monsters are supposed to be a type of dragon. It's just a bit strange since dragons are also a separate creature in this. This dwarf rebel was an...
Let's see if they get Lofinhead correctly. Nope.
Dragons are also a separate creature in this. This dwarf rebel was an assassin named Lofinheed. Mythical Lofinheed was a daughter of the aforementioned dwarf Friedmar, and This dwarf rebel was an assassin named Lofinheed. mythical Lofinhede was a daughter of the aforementioned dwarf Friedmar, and she had literally no role besides just being his daughter. No.
That would suck if there was a story written about you and all that mattered to your story was, yeah, this person's your dad. Okay, cool. Did I do anything? No, but he was your dad. Did anything happen to me? No, but he was your dad. It's like, oh my god, that's your whole story is just, this is your dad. I guess technically that's true for some characters in Disney movies, but those are only 2 hours long. These are stories that should have lasted centuries.
Kvasir was murdered by two dwarves named being his daughter. No, Kvasir was murdered by two dwarves named Fjalar and Galar, who wanted to harvest named Fjalar.
Daughters as dwarves seem to appear human. Really? I guess that answers the where are the female dwarves in fantasy mythology question. Daughter. Well, I mean, that kind of depends on the lore. Because in, what do you call it? I don't know about Norse mythology, but I know for a fact in Lord of the Rings, he straight up says that all dwarves, whether male or female, have beards. So even the women have beards. So it makes it even harder to tell who's a man and who's a woman.
And Galar, who wanted to harvest his blood. There is no Alfioth the thief.
I don't know, that's the impression I'm getting from these myths, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I know for a fact in Lord of the Rings they have beards. But I think in this one it's more so just that they never really named any female dwarves in Norse mythology, because all the main dwarves that I can think of are male. Sindri, Brock, Halar and Galar, Hreidmar. The only one is Lofinhede, and I don't know if she's ever described. I got a Pokemon game idea for you. Pokemon is a Souls-like. Explain that one for me, because I'm not a huge fan of... I was going to do another... What do you call it? Nuzlocke run, but I hate Nuzlockes. I get so depressed when I play them, and then I just want to speed up to the point where I'm at. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to do Nuzlocks. Although I did have an idea for like a capture lock where we can't continue until we capture all the Pokemon in a certain area. But I never got around to doing that because I ended up doing other video ideas. Maybe I'll get to that someday, but I do have one idea that I actually put a lot of thought into that I think will be really fun for you guys once we finish Devil May Cry. But yeah, tell me your idea, Demon's Blade. I'm curious. If it's interesting enough, post it in the Discord so I have it written down somewhere.
Named Fjalar and Galar, who wanted to harvest his blood. There is no Alfioth the thief in Norse myth. Fun fact, though. Who wanted to harvest his blood. There is no Alfioth the thief in Norse myth. Fun fact, though, that name translates to all thief. That name translates to all thief, so his name is all. That name translates to all thief, so his name is All Thief the Thief. So his name is All Thief the Thief. That's really putting a hat on a hat. Oh, Doran is actually mentioned in this game, so I guess... oh, Durin is actually mentioned in this game, so I guess Durlin isn't him. Even so, Durin is most famous for creating the tier.
They misspelled Tierfing. Oh, they didn't. Oh, never mind. I'm just blind.
Even so, Durin is most famous for creating the Tierfing sword, yet his lore here instead talks about a world mill that... talks about a world mill that wasn't in the myths.
What is a world mill? Would that be something that grinds mills or grinds planets into dust to make bread? Bread planets? Celestial bread? That sounds amazing. If you're a cosmic giant, celestial bread must be delicious. Gonna leave stream. Hopefully you and everyone have a good day. Okay, Creeper, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around for over, what's it been, an hour and a half? What's the time? It's been, yeah, an hour and a half, so thanks for sticking around as long as you have. I don't expect people to stay here when I'm not doing anything entertaining. If you guys at any point want me to do something entertaining, like watch a video or something, let me know and I will do it, so long as it doesn't break TOS, I will watch the video. A world mill sounds like something Galactus would use. That's what I'm saying! Alpha and I are on that same brain wave. Like, what the hell is a world mill?
World mill that wasn't in the myths. Tyr is huge in this game, even though even though ancient artwork depicts him as similar. Tyr is huge in this game.
I'm gonna change the way huge is written because I think it would be funnier if it's in
even though ancient artwork depicts him as similar size to the other gods. Hey, how come Freya acts like she's only ever had one kid? Does she not have her two mythical daughters?
Let's see, are these spelled correctly?
Does she not have her two mythical daughters, Hanass and Gersemi? Plus, since we're merging her with Frigg...
They spelled Hermod right, but somehow they spelled Hoder wrong.
And Gersemi? Plus, since we're merging her with Frigg...
Oh, you guys want to watch Korn? Okay.
I love growing corn, but I've made a ton of mistakes.
This is what
corn
you guys wanted to watch, right?
This year.
You want to watch
in
corn?
this video, I'm going to go over.
We want to watch corn
mistakes
irrigation.
You might be making from your corn, so you can have an incredible harvest.
This is going to be important, guys.
So here we are in my backyard mini corn patch. This is the third one I've grown this year. I have a huge patch of corn I'm going to show you in just a second. But at the end of the video, I'm going to open up an ear and we'll see if I have good pollination and a good ear of corn.
Does he? Let's see the chat. Do you think he has good pollination? Do you think he has good pollination for his corn?
Cultivate that like button for epic ears, and let's crack into the mistakes.
Oh my god.
The first mistake and the most critical.
He got us. We have to click the like button now, chat. We have to click the like button. He got us. He used a pun. Let's hear that beautiful pun
and
again.
we'll see if I have good pollination and a good ear of corn. But right now, cultivate that like button for epic ears, and let's crack in.
I have to do it. He asked us to.
Mistakes. The first mistake and the most critical is just not planting enough corn.
I want to post a video on Discord for you to watch. Where should I put it? Put it in the random vids chat.
When I get messages from you guys saying what's wrong with my corn, it's usually just because you only have a couple stalks of corn. It needs a lot.
Okay,
I would say a block of at least 4 feet by 4 feet because it's a wind pollinated plant. This is the male part.
Oh, okay. God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that corn was wind pollinated. I didn't know wind was that wind could pollinate. That's cool.
Right here. It literally drops pollen down. You can see it's blowing in the wind right now. If you don't have enough, the pollen's just gonna kind of blow away. It has to land on the silks, which is the female part, and actually traverse down those silks into the ear to pollinate each individual kernel.
Whoa. That's some new science I didn't know. That must be some witchcraft right there or something, because that makes no sense. Give me cracked corn and I don't care. Give me cracked corn and I don't care. Okay, let's get back to editing.
She should also have 2 other sons named Hodor and Hermod. Where are they? Okay, so this is the explanation for Brock's blue appearance. First, there is no Norse story of Brock dying and being brought back. Second, for anyone wondering, the Norse did
Well, I'll tell you to make sure you are notified when I post. It'll let me know.
believe
Like, let me see. Just post it and I'll know. I chat when people post in my chat in my Discord, since we don't get a lot of people posting there right now. I always see it. I see all the things. So just post it and we'll see if I notice it. Ambient mode. And to think I respected you. What do you mean ambient? First of all, I have no idea what you mean by ambient mode. You think I'm intelligent enough to know what the word ambient means, let alone the word mode? You're trying to put those together. You're trying to this is like Reese's peanut butter cups. To put chocolate and peanut butter together. And second, I'm just showing people my streaming, my editing. It's taking me way longer, but it's so much more fun. Hi, Optimus Philip. Okay.
Norse did believe in 4 soul pieces. They were Hammer, your appearance, who
Yeah, let's remember. You had ambient mode on YouTube? I did? When did I do? What the hell just happened there? When did I do? How did I even do that? I don't think Epic is copyrighted. No, but it is a guy's video. But I might watch it. I haven't watched it. Have you guys seen the pop copy original clip, the one where fuck him, that's why it comes from? No, I don't. It's the glowy thing around the video window. Video window. I legit have no idea what you're talking about.
So the
Are you talking about this? No, I don't I have a what do you call it? I have a thing that no, wait, did I turn on ambient mode? Did I do that by accident? I just prefer it in dark mode. Where are my settings? I feel so lost all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't even see an ambient mode. There's restricted mode, language, and dark mode. Is that just part of dark mode now? It's in the cog menu in the window. I feel so confused. I'm like, where the hell am I supposed to look? You think I don't touch this? I don't touch this page at all. I made my account and never touched it. I know what Epic the Musical is. Average of being a creative work published in the United States, how likely George is to enforce his copyright is the real question. Good point. In fact, you've just been lurking but unable to chat. It's the video player setting where you would find things like annotations. Oh, did I turn that on by accident? Here, let's watch a... Oh, I guess I turned ambient mode on.
We've received an angry
I
letter
honestly
from
don't
Mr.
even notice.
Spoon from East
Here,
Grinstead.
I'm gonna mute this because I don't even notice a difference. I legit do not see a difference. Do you guys see a difference? Oh, this. Yeah, I don't really notice the difference. I kind of like it, but I also don't care. Now I have corn videos. Now I have corn videos in my freaking... God damn it. Ah! I love these Brits. I know, they're so great. I haven't watched their videos in forever because I get too addicted. Something YouTube added and turned on by default for some reason. Damn it, YouTube. Damn it, YouTube. Why do you gotta ruin everything? First you ruin Disney, and then you ruin trailers, and then you get rid of the like button, the dislike button, you monsters! I know you're like, we didn't really get rid of it, but we can't see how much we dislike stuff, so that's basically the same thing. Let's be honest. Thanks for the info. No problem, Z. Love you too. It's a feature. Mapman, a fellow man of culture, I see. Of course, who doesn't love Mapman? Dude, this is my streaming channel. So I have a bunch of random videos here that I've like never touched or watched, and I've watched so many site comps. I love how it's like showing me a video that I made. God, that's so long ago. Oh my god, that thumbnail is so trash. Oh, I hate it. I hate that thumbnail I made. It's like, it's not terrible. I'm gonna be honest, it's not terrible, but I would change this thumbnail in a heartbeat. And I'm making fun of myself. Like, it's still a good thumbnail. I'll say it's still good. But I would have changed the coloring for review. I wouldn't have made it bronze colored. Here, actually, let's just open the video. Can we... Yeah, I would have changed this. I would have asked Andrew to take it better. Andrew takes really bad photos for thumbnails. I'm just gonna say this. He always like, it's overexposed, and there's always like shadow on him. So he's like weirdly dark in half of it and then bright in the other half, which kind of works for this one. It kind of works for this one because there's a light. I would have made this big red review, not bronze review. I wanted it to be the same color as the title. It was whatever. You know what? I can't be mad. How many people have watched it? 1 million people? Hey, 1 million people clicked on my thumbnail. These two, I love these two thumbnails, by the way. These two thumbnails were great. They were so easy to make, and they were so great. And Andrew, literally, when we were making this one, Andrew sent me both these images, and he's like, pick one. And I was like, I can't. And then I just used both. This one I might have changed. Yeah, I didn't outline him in this one. I just noticed that. The outline in these is like so tiny, but it's fine. I think Andrew thumbnail, Andrew would use it. He might. But I have to work on this. You know, like I have add on that returns YouTube dislike button. Oh, so do I. I like the thumbnail. It's not a bad thumbnail. I just like here. I love this song. I love Kingdom Hearts. Traverse Town. So here, let's look at all the inaccuracy. You can see how they've evolved. This one has a bit too much going on. It works, but it has a bit too much going on. Like you could barely see Hercules and Phil in there. I might have gotten... Probably would have put all the words down the center. I wouldn't have had it go like da-da-da-da-da. And I would have maybe just had Phil. Get rid of Hercules and just have Phil doing his meh. Because people like Phil. I started adding the faces on. Believe it or not, we actually go through them. We make several versions of them, ones with and without the faces, and it turns out the faces people like more. People like when I add the wacky faces in the thumbnails more. I like the look of that subtitle. Veed. Yeah, Veed is really great. It's a good program. This one's fine. I might have deleted Loki from the background there. There's kind of too much going on in this one, maybe. I don't know. This one still works, actually. I kind of like how this one still works. I'm actually surprised how well that one works. Would I change something? Maybe. I'm not sure. Do you stop calling them inaccuracy videos? That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyways. Let's get back to that.
They were Hammer, your appearance, Hooger, your personality.
Yes, Squawk? Oh, right. Okay, guys, we have to go on the break. We have to go drive Claire to work, so we will be back after like 30-ish minutes. So enjoy the music for 30 minutes. Talk about fire that instantly heats, cooks, combusts, and destroys. Fire is no ordinary heater. With its all-powerful oxygen absorption, fire heats up the coldest of areas. Uncooked meat can cause major health problems, but fire ends that problem like nobody's business. Plus, fire's heating power is so strong, it even works outside! Now you can stay warm outside using twigs and sticks out in nature. Fire is perfect for chefs, campers, and scientists. Fire is super powerful, and once it rages, it doesn't stop. And for emergency heating, fire starts up instantly, even in the coldest of climates. Fire is awesome, but remember to follow fire safety guidelines or you could be in major bind. If you order fire in the next 30 milliseconds, we'll send not one, not two, but 10 fires straight to your house with a free can of gasoline on top. Fire. Stay warm. Hello, my name is Dr. Foe, and I work for the Paranormal Entertainment Neurological and Intelligence Studies. There is a new disease sweeping the nation that affects ones of Americans per day. This new disease is known as dainbermage. Do not be alarmed, we know the cause of this dainbermage. You can get it from many sources such as watching TikTok, reading YouTube comments, watching bad TV shows or movies, reading fan fiction, engaging with social media, and many other sources found on the internet. This disease is highly contagious and can spread from person to person. You will know if you have the dainbermage if you are experiencing symptoms such as commenting on videos on the internet, commenting on social media posts, realized I'm muted. I'm back. Hopefully you don't forget to unmute this time. I remembered right right before. Okay, let's watch some of them videos that y'all posted. Bruh, I don't know if I can watch it from the what's the first one. We'll do this one. So why is there no sound? Does this not have sound? There we go, okay.
Trust is not given, is forced. Why should I give in my support? He sacrificed his own cohort.
Did you forget they failed to listen? He was betrayed and then imprisoned. But if you make the right decision, he can still build a future with those who miss him.
Fine, we listen.
I like it okay. I'd have to listen to the full thing. But that need enough. I don't know if I can watch the one that you posted, Yuki, as it's the what's his name show. My camera's covering the video. Good. They can't. Good. Yeah, I don't know if I can show the Chappelle show. How much TOS do you think there is in it, Ukes? How much TOS breaking? But I liked it. It was good. It was a neat song. I'd have to listen to the full track. I haven't done that yet. Off to bed. Good luck with the rest of your editing and whatnot. Thank you, Alpha. Have a good sleep. Reset that brain. What do we think? What do we? Too much, probably. Okay, then I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. Maybe I'll watch it off stream. I'll watch it off stream, or how about maybe I'll stream it on Discord. We'll see. I don't know what the hell this is all. Oh, there's something in my eye. Okay, let's get back to editing, chat. Let's get back to the editing portion of the editing stream.
For Brock's blue appearance. First, there is no Norse story of Brock dying and being brought back. Second, for anyone wondering, the Norse did believe in 4 soul pieces. They were Hamr, your appearance, Hugr, your personality.
Let's see. Did it? Okay, they misspelled Hamr. I was like, why does it sound so weird? I don't have music playing. They're the Hamr, your appearance, Hugr, your personality, Hamingja, your fortune.
Norse did believe in 4 soul pieces. They were Hamr, your appearance, Hugr, your personality, Hamingja, your fortune, and the Fylgja we talked about earlier.
I don't know if I said the be right back with all the dragons. So cute. I agree. I love it, Draco. I love the guy who I commissioned to do this. He was so good at it. He doesn't do commissions anymore, unfortunately. At least I don't think he does, because he's had too much other work, he said, and he stopped like years ago. Otherwise, I would have commissioned so much more from him. There's also here, I'll just for funsies, I'll show you the full art of stuff. Actually, no, we gotta focus. We gotta focus. I'm way too behind.
I guess the... I guess the Hamr would be the one he didn't get. Be the one he didn't get. Thing is, I guess the Hamr would be the one he didn't get. Thing is, he wouldn't have needed to go to Alfheim to get the Hamingja, since... Thing is, he wouldn't have needed to go to Thing is, he wouldn't have needed to go to Alfheim.
Oh, sorry. Why are you sorry? You didn't do anything wrong. Why do you... Why is there a feeling of guilt in your message? Do you have something to be guilty of? If not, then you no need to apologize.
Time to get the Hamingja, since that passes to a family member anyway. Not sure how he got the Hugr, though, since that... Not sure how he got the Hugr, though. Not sure how he got the Hugr, though, since that's supposed to pass down to a newborn relative. Not sure how he got the Hugr, though, since that's supposed to pass down to a newborn relative. Tends to the world tree? Ratatoskr is the one who ultimately destroys it.
Of distracting me? No, it's fine. If I didn't want to be distracted, I wouldn't have streamed this. I would have kept it... I would have just done it offline and done it myself. I want to stream this, get work done, and also chat with you guys. So your distractions are totally fine. I was just telling myself, no, we can't go through all my pictures because because I'd be distracting myself. If you guys have something interesting, like there's a video you want me to watch, post it. I'm gonna sleep soon, so I'll probably be leaving the stream. No, Draco Steven, how could you do this to me?
He spends literally all of it. Ultimately destroys it. In the myths, he spends literally all... he spends literally all of his time running up and down the tree carrying insults between the eagle at the top and the Needhog dragon at the bottom. He's running up and down the tree carrying insults between the eagle at the top and the Needhog dragon at the bottom, causing them to get so angry at each other that they eventually tear through Yggdrasil just to fight each other during Ragnarok. Honestly, the bitter squirrel aspect of him we had in the last game seemed much more... Honestly, the bitter squirrel aspect of him we had in the last game seemed much more accurate. Well, leaned worms are it.
I like how it's like leaned worms. Like it thinks we're trying to say lean and then worms.
Well, leaned worms are a type of dragon. And the Eddas have Needhog in the same creature category as Fafnir. Well, leaned worms are a type of dragon, and the Eddas have Needhog in the same creature category as Fafnir, who is clearly a dragon. There's also no mention of Needhog having children. Freyr was said to often reside in Alfheim, and Freyr was said to often reside in Alfheim, and was highly associated with the elves, and was also a god of peace. So even though this isn't a direct story from mythology, it's clearly very well researched. Dark and light elves are not descended from the same race. The myths actually suggest that dark elves come from the same race as dwarves somehow. Same rate. This is dwarves somehow. The hilt of Graham. What's this?
Where is the hilt of? Oh, it's just GRAM.
The hilt of Graham. What's this doing here? Graham is the sword Sigurd used to slay Fafnir. Fafnir was still alive 3 years ago in the. Fafnir was still alive 3 years ago in the last game, so does that mean Sigurd slew the dragon and then died? So does that mean Sigurd slew the dragon and then died and the sword withered away in that time? So does that mean Sigurd slew the dragon and then died and the sword
Nope, didn't want to do that. There we go.
And then died and the sword withered away in that time? Graham was strong enough to cut an anvil in half, and Sigurd is supposed to get married and have 2 children after slaying the dragon, so this would be quite the speedrun. So you probably think this creative little narrative twist means I'm gonna stop comparing this game's Ragnarok you probably think this creative little narrative twist means I'm gonna stop comparing this game's Ragnarok to the mythical one. Yeah, you underestimate my stubbornness. And besides, the details of Ragnarok are actually foretold by And besides, the details of Ragnarok are actually foretold by several different sources, including the Cirrus and Helheim, the
Where theft?
giant Vafthrudnir, the three men on throne. The three men on thrones and the Norns. It wasn't all predicted by one person, so one person lying can't undo it all. I couldn't find a source supporting this, however, there is a quote from Snorri Sturluson where he refers to Alfheim. I couldn't find a source.
1 second, my cats are making noise. I don't want to do that. Ah, I came in here and I almost started eating pretzels. God, I gotta break my pretzel addiction.
Supporting this, however, there is a quote from Snorri Sturluson where he refers to Alfheim as one of three special heavens. However, there is a quote from Snorri Sturluson where he refers to Alfheim as one of three special heavens, the other two being Andlanger and Vidblain. Perhaps that's the logic this game is pulling from? Also, not all humans who die outside of battle. This game is pulling from. Also, not all humans who die outside of battle go to Helheim. People who drown are taken by the goddess Rain. Gulon are said to have been inspired by wolverines and have features of
Nope, there we go. Okay.
Gulon are said to have been inspired by wolverines and have features of dogs, cats, and foxes. And have features of dogs, cats, and foxes. Which all fits here, but where does the blue color come from? Also, not sure how you can domesticate Gulons. Also, not sure how you can domesticate Gulon since they are said to never stop eating. Never stop eating until they are completely stuffed, at which point they squeeze themselves between two trees in order to force.
That's disgusting.
At which point they squeeze themselves between two trees in order to force poop until they can eat again. The half-goofa is
They misspelled half-goofa. How dare they? Alright, I think I'll edit until... What part are we on right now? Oops. we'll finish. That is disgusting. All right. A joke time. All right, all right. Sorry, I got a text message from my mom and I was trying to decipher it. She texted like an old half goofa. Yeah, it's a half goofa, not a half goofa. It's a half goofa. Oh, an Oma Star. Does anybody want to catch an Irma Star while I get my joke set up? So you want to know a funny thing is yesterday I was hanging out with some of my cousins and we were at the bar and all of a sudden Claire calls me at like 10 o'clock at night and she's like, how dare am I not home? You're letting dinner get cold. If you don't come back soon, I'm going to feed it to the dog. She made it clear I had to be home in 10 minutes. So I made it home in 5 minutes. I don't want anything to happen to the dog.
In order to force poop until they can eat again. The half goofa is described in Norse legends as...
Once we finish with this section, I think I'll stop for the day.
The half goofa is described in Norse legends as being a gigantic fish with a snout and a jaw, so definitely not a jellyfish. Fun fact, it also appears in the same story as the ling... Fun fact, it also appears in the same story as the Lingbacher. The half-goofa resides underwater. It does not, in fact, fly. Wait, so now Shakespeare's Macbeth is canon here? Well, that makes the... It does not, in fact, fly. Wait, so now Shakespeare's Macbeth is canon here? Well, that makes things really weird, since those three witches are widely believed to be an adaptation of the three fates from... are widely believed to be an adaptation of the three fates from Greek mythology. How in the world does all this fit together?
I don't know how it doesn't separate it like this. Like he literally pauses after the word world.
How in the world does all this fit together? This
It's a slight
lore
pause,
entry
but it's still
directly
there.
uses the words Leviathan and Behemoth, which are both Hebrew monsters. Was the elf who wrote this Christian or something? He also uses the word dogma, which is Greek. This is all over the place.
So nitpicky, Andrew. So nitpicky.
He's talking about the Iliad, by the way. He's talking about the Iliad, by the way. If Kratos was at the Trojan
Yeah,
War,
his
then
dainbermage
that
true.
just makes the timeline even weirder, since it takes place long after the stories of timeline even Trojan War, then that just makes the timeline even weirder. The timeline even weirder, since it takes place long after the stories of Perseus and Jason, who both died just a day or two before the events of God of War 3. Did the war somehow happen after Kratos wiped out all of Greece? Also, after Kratos wiped out all of Greece? Also, I love how the game states that the Trojan horse was just a myth, as opposed to all of the definitely not mythical things. Not mythical things in this franchise that are. As opposed to all of the definitely not mythical things in this franchise that are still canon. There. As opposed to all of the definitely not mythical things in this franchise that are still canon, there is
Let's see. Oh, hey, this is the last part we'll
no
do.
mention in Norse myth of Ratatoskr having any such ability. How come?
All right, that is where we will end for today. Does anybody have any videos they want to share or games they want to watch me play before we wrap it up? It's only been about 2.5 hours, but I think that's a good amount of time for me to take a break from this and for you guys to find someone else to entertain you all. I must look. All right, Yuki, I'll give you a couple minutes. We'll do we'll look around, find if there's any videos. If you guys in the chat want me to watch them real quick, watch and react. It's just gonna be a chill Friday stream where we do whatever. I mean, not whatever, but you know what I mean. It's a half goofa. It's one part goofa, one part not goofa. You guys like my fidget spinner, by the way? I think I've shown it before, but it's a Genji Shuriken. My friend got it for me when Overwatch first came out because I thought it was a cool looking fidget spinner. And this is my kind because I don't have to hold it. It just goes on my finger. I'll find something surely you'll be able to find something that can actually watch Copium. Let's see. You got 10 seconds. You know, while we're waiting, let's watch where is it? Where was it? I'm curious.
Here! Donald! Goofy! Thanks, Will!
Not sure if that's a mod or something that actually happens, but that's pretty funny. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you could do that. This is cursed. This is so cursed. Oh, guess that's where the game crashed. Nice. Yeah, everybody did not like the whatevers. Dude, this is such a good video. Sonic video, you say?
comes down to this one penalty kick.
Oh wait, I should move. I just realized I need to move my camera, don't I?
Can the young woman break the glass ceiling and prove once and for all that a female can be just as good an athlete as a male?
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender rules, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo. What? Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dude, yeah, that was good. I like that. Now we have to watch Psych clips because I love Psych. Who here doesn't love Psych? Raise your hand if you don't love Psych, and if the answer is you don't, you should die.
Boom, boom, boom.
Muffins.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh
no!
Samson, a tiny little orphan mouse who must find his way home to Wolverhampton.
Asthma.
He's allergic to white people.
Yes. God, this bunny is strong. Must be Colombian.
Oh, no, 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 no. I will not get eaten by a bear to prove that Bigfoot does not exist. Nope, no bears eating me. Not today, not ever.
Look, Gus, I'm getting handsy. Just because you put syrup on something,
don't make it pancakes. Arrest that fat kid. There's no time.
Arrest that fat kid.
There's no time.
You feel that?
Oh my God, Dad! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Focus, Sean.
One more time.
Chandler
Chandler
Bing
Bing
style.
style. Oh my God! I have watched this way too many times.
What are you worried about? You're the one who's less exotic. What?
I dazzle and I stretch. I dazzle and I stretch.
Sean Spencer is trading in his Chevy for a
Cadillac.
Then why you? Then why you?
Sean.
Tengo un paquete para ti. Entrega especial.
Dice manejar con cuidado. MC, clap your hands. Oh, come here.
I'm nobody's pawn, Sean. I'm a queen.
Warm up.
I keep tonight.
You're warm. You're red hot.
I would rather fall in love with a vegan.
That's fair.
I would rather fall in love with a vegan.
I can't help being a gorgeous fiend. It's just the card I drew.
Did you find out anything?
Yes. What? I'm awesome at karate.
Wrong. Mama!
Man, you just got knocked up.
Really, Sean?
Hurts like the dickens.
Well, graveras.
Gravdas.
Graveras.
Gravedas.
Graveras.
Gravedas.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it's a soft J.
So what's next?
Knock it off!
Well, there's still quite.
Knock it off!
No, nothing. We even held a plate of bean and cheese nachos in front of his face.
Fucking love Psych, dude. They're just eating tacos and running through a field. These guys have problems. I want that life, though. Imagine getting massages while you eat tacos. That's like next level.
You were wrong.
Wrong.
Finger
Wrong.
guns. Wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
Wrong in your weenie.
Put down the finger guns. Well, you can tell your senses to kiss my sweet love biscuits.
Please, I'm 1/4 Jamaican.
So
I'm also 1/4 Jamaican. You are not.
stop telling people that.
Big birthday cake! Ooh, make a wish. What?
Your fingers are like magical baby wieners.
In there, yes, is that Mauricio in there?
Please, I have my work phone. The mailbox on my
Play a phone.
phone. If I had my
Play a
player
phone.
phone, my phone would be blowing up right now.
You have a player phone. You have a player phone.
I have three
player
phones.
phones.
One for
One
each
for each
part-time show.
part-time show.
What are you talking about, man?
You don't know. Ah!
Oh, it's only part-time, but I gotta admit it feels good. Bringing home the bacon, smacking it, flipping it, rubbing it down. Oh no. I like the bacon.
Wait a minute. You guys didn't. What?
Oh no, what is that? Why are you
Look
doing
at that face. I feel bad for Lassie, but I can't
What is
create
that?
tears.
I'm trying to shed tears for Lassie. They won't come, and I feel ashamed.
Don't do that. Stop that.
Seamen! We're seamen! Stop saying that! Anyone can be walking. That's what we are! We're seamen! Where are all the girls in the Catholic schoolgirl uniforms, Gus?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Don't be minding me. I'm from the county pest control.
You ate a banana.
I sure did. You know why? Because it makes me think of you. Because you're a big old papa monkey.
Hell, conflict. You can't beat me on the field, so now you're trying to beat me off.
You may want to rephrase that, sir.
That lady is trying to undress me with her eyes showing.
Maybe she's dressing you. You ever think of that? Cover up your cankles?
Please, I have the ankles of a stallion, and that woman wants them. Who cares about the question? I can't believe we're working on the Lord's Day.
And Sunday, for that matter.
Sunday is the Lord's Day, Shaw.
This group of thieves hit West Medical Supply earlier this morning, made off with a couple dozen oxygen tanks.
Because of the great oxygen drought.
Hold your breath, people. Do your part.
Why are you staring at my ear?
I don't know, but I can't take my eyes off it.
Why are you talking so fast?
Why are you hearing so slow?
Really?
Don't do that.
Come on. Come on, baby girl.
You want to bumble with the bee, huh?
I have recently taken a long look at the man in the mirror. There is a witness.
The cat.
There's a cat.
Hearing so slow.
Hello, friend. Hello.
Suck it! You can suck it!
No, I don't lose it. I place it somewhere that later eludes me.
Do you think she has PTSD?
I'm afraid this is
far
more
serious than a mere menstrual
issue.
Man, I knew they were gonna stick two black dudes together. This either ends with us dead or in jail.
That's right. It's real. Feel free to drink it in.
Last night, Gus had it right, and I don't want to sit here wasting another moment when I could be living the life I was meant to live, balling and shot calling.
Drop the call! I'm not dropping
Drop the
off
call,
cold. Sean,
Sean.
eat that! I don't want it down to empty stomach.
1 second,
Barry.
I'm getting a call.
Barry.
Sorry to interrupt your weekly scheduled dainbermage. Wow, that's how much was left. That's how much was left. That's how we're ending the stream. That's right, chat. That's how we're ending the stream. That's a weird way to end the stream, not gonna lie. But thank you all for joining. That was honestly, a lot of fun. You know, the subtitling wasn't as fun as the other stuff. And I'll probably get this done by myself over the next week. And then you get to see the cool stuff. But yeah, watch Psych. Psych is a good show. Absolutely based. Thank you, Yuki. You're one of the real ones. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to end the stream here. As I've got to make dinner soon. Apparently, I got to go pick up Claire because there was a mix-up with her work thing. So I might as well just end here. I am losing the patience to continue editing. And I would play something, but I'm just going to end here. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all next time. Stay safe, stay smart, stay healthy, be thankful for everything and everyone in your life. And the number one rule here in the Dragon's Den: don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Who believes in you? Bye-bye, chat.